One of the things that I've started to really look forward to as a parent, as crazy as it sounds, is on weekend days like today, early on Sunday morning, it's going to take my son to either a practice or a clinic. And I know a lot of people are going to come for me and say, that's one of the worst parts. It's literally spending hours of your day either driving around or trying to get somewhere or sitting and waiting. And to a degree, you have a point. I know a lot of people say, oh, you're just being a parent is basically just a glorified Uber driver. Yeah, maybe to some degree. But I don't look at it that way. In fact, actually, I really look forward to it. I look forward to it because sometimes it's the only time that you get to spend with your child alone, where you don't have the tablets, you don't have all the other things coming in and disturbing you. And sometimes you can just have a conversation or listen or share something together, find a common ground. For me, I tried something new today that was a little bit different. And I know some people are going to roll their eyes, but as we're driving to this clinic, it's about 45 minutes away, I told my son, you pick the music. I gave him my phone, he's sitting in the back, and I said, you pick the Spotify playlist, put on any songs you want. I want to hear what you want to hear. And I know a lot of people are automatically going, oh my God, did you just listen to brain rot music the whole time? Was it just, terrible music? And yeah, there was some of it. But I made a conscious decision that instead of saying this music's terrible or I don't really like this, I was going to give it an opportunity. I was going to say, let me see if I can find some common ground. Maybe I can grow a little bit. Look at it through the eyes of a kid also. And you know what? Some of the music was bad. I'll be honest, it was. But some of it was cool. Some of it was interesting. Some of it was different. And one of the things that I did was I said to him, what do you like about it? What's your favorite part of this song? What do you think about this? What do you hear? What does it do for you? And it made me think about when I was younger and I heard a song or a type of music for the first time, and how to me that was amazing. And maybe my parents or maybe an older generation wouldn't have liked that music, and that's fine. You're not supposed to love every single thing. But if you choose to look at it through the lens of a kid as curious, something new, something different that you get to explore, the world doesn't seem so black and white. It seems a little bit more gray. We have such a tendency to put everyone, oh, it's this generation versus this generation versus this. Why? First of all, I've always hated labels. I think they're absolutely ridiculous. Oh, because you were born between this year and this year, you have to act this way. Why? Why? Because society says so? So what? If I want to be curious, I want to try something different, I want to expand my horizons, why is that such a bad thing? It's not. Actually, it's quite the contrary. It's something my son and I got to enjoy together. And the funny thing is, after listening to a few of his songs, he asked me for a few of mine. Things he wanted to hear. And then the funny thing, he wanted to hear more of that. Oh, do you know more? What kind of music is that? Is there more of that? And together we learned something each. I learned some of his music, he learned some of mine, because I was just as curious as he was. But it's something, as we get older, we tend to lose that curiosity. It's something that I think we have to fight to keep. It's something that I know I'm going to keep trying to do, to be curious, to help expand my horizons, because it's really nice to be able to connect with your kid or somebody younger when you're used to all of the music from when you were a kid. Putting yourself in their perspective sometimes gives you a little bit more of an idea of why they might like something. At the end of the day, you don't have to like it, but perhaps maybe you'll understand why they do. It's just something to consider. Being curious is amazing. It opens up a whole new world. It made a 45-minute car ride something that honestly was memorable. So much so that we got out of the car and said, I just had fun. So did I. You could too.